सिंगापुर का हम क्या कहते हैं, सिंगापुर से हम बहुत खुश हैं कि हमको वहाँ जाके शूटिंग करने को मिला. हम उनको प्रणाम करते हैं. यहाँ पे हमारे निर्देशक बैठे हैं, हमारे प्रोड्यूसर बैठे हैं और बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि वी come back here and we are getting an opportunity to speak about Singapore, which was like a second home to us while making this film.
Fantastic. Alia, what are your thoughts about Singapore?
I think for this film particularly, it is about beginning your endless love affair.
Yes.
तो हमने वहाँ पे जाके कुछ endless begin कर ही दिया with Badrinath की दुल्हनिया. It was almost it's a continuation of the love, you can say, from Humpty to Badri, and hopefully ये आगे भी जाएगा. But experience तो बहुत ही बढ़िया था. जैसे कि वरुण ने कहा, it was like our second home because it is very very important for the film.
Yes.
Or where all we shot, we'll talk about further on.
Absolutely, but which actually brings me to my next question. So I'm sure
that child on that post, I thought that was you for a second.
Varun?
You shot another film in Singapore. You all did Deers in the Key over there as well,
Yeah,
right?
but
so I thought ki from far, but it's not you.
But
this angle.
do I look like that? This very sweet, cute little girl, but she's really small.
You're a sweet, cute-looking girl. And small. The audience said that.
Thank you. My trainer will be very happy.
that's the classic Varun Dhawan Alia Bhatt moment. All right. So Alia, I want to ask you, in the 20-25 days, obviously you've gone to so many locations and shot, right? Which was your favorite location and why?
I think the Henderson Waves was my favorite location because, I mean, it's so beautiful. And even though we were there for only like half the day, that whole spot was cleared out for us. We didn't have anybody disturbing it. जैसे कि वो हम पे belong, it just belonged to us. And even though people were walking up and down over there, we were okay with it because it was supposed to be like a natural, moment where we are hanging out as friends and stuff like that. And it's a beautiful location, and we took some beautiful drone shots, which is our director's favorite kind of shot taking. And it's there in the film a lot.
Okay, so earlier in some press conference, Varun, you said, and Alia confirmed, that when Alia is hungry, she cries. Am I right?
She does cry.
She cries, right? We all know that.
I think everyone cries. when
Everyone
they're
cries.
hungry.
Okay, Alia.
Video
everyone
footage
cries.
of that as well.
What did you say?
Did you cry in Singapore? No, actually, you got more than enough food over there.
I got lots of food in Singapore.
Exactly. So, Alia and
too
Varun, tell me, what is your favorite Singaporean food?
Oh, the food was amazing in Singapore. We went to this place in Dempsey Hill called Dempsey House, which I showed Alia this time. And it was unbelievable.
Oh my
place.
God!
Always takes the credit, right?
Varun, stop lying. I took you there. I took Shashank and you and Nalini there. It was my idea.
Just because you're on the poster doesn't mean you can say anything. No, it was Alia's idea. She took us there to Dempsey Hill, and
Dempsey House.
there's this
You
place
discovered.
called Dempsey House, and you get the most amazing cuisine over there. I love watermelon juice. You get these amazing juice concoctions
Watermelon
and
coolers.
stuff.
No, I think just the area was very, it was like Dempsey Hill. It was a very, very homely, very warm, very, kind of quaint corner with lots of options. Mexican, Italian, Thai, multi-cuisine, everything. So I went there and I discovered Dempsey House, and I was irritating Shashank and Varun कि हमको जाना है, and they were not taking me seriously. They were like, हाँ जाएंगे, we're shooting, so don't worry and all. We're anyways eating on set every day, dim sims and everything. Then I said, no, come on, we have to go, and I took them. Then they wanted to go there without me.
Oh.
So we went to eat without Alia also 2-3 times.
Oh, sure. Oops moment. Shashank, since you're part of the conversation, I'm wondering why you're sitting there. Why don't you join us on stage here?
Since you made the film, come.
You're the man.
Don't be
They are
shy.
so good at promoting.
Please don't be shy.
So, Alia, let's talk about the Silk Air Training Center. Okay, you literally stepped in the shoes of the crew there. And can you talk to us about your favorite experience in that center?
I mean, it was the first time I'm playing an air hostess, and I was honestly very nervous because these things can look a bit could not look very convincible, especially when it's not for it's for a brief time. And what I realized was, if even with the way I've learned acting, it's all happened on set. All my training has been on set. My experience with Silk Air was at the training center. you know, with the kind of assistance they were giving us. We had the real teachers and the actual trainees, a part of the shots and the crew. And, you know, they were so enthusiastic. And I learned so much. I actually learned, like, how to do safety drills and water drills and everything like that. I'm not like I can be a part of an air crew, but I'm just saying that I learned that actually on set at the training institute. And it's a huge facility. And it's a great place for people to learn and, you know, kind of...
She's right, it's an amazing facility. I think what we found over there, what Shashank found over there was it really helped taking our narrative ahead of the film. And something like that, I mean, if we had to put up a set, it would have cost us like a lot of money. But luckily, Singapore, the tourism, Silk Air was kind enough to give us the place to go and shoot over there. And they were very, very helpful. More than anything, the hospitality the people showed us over there is something that we take back. And one of the reasons that people should visit Singapore is because of the hospitality. And ghar sa lagta hai, there are a lot of Indians over there, a lot of Asians over there. So they really welcome you with open arms. And shooting-wise, though, we had no problem. In fact, we shot in an actual police station, which is called a police...
Called a police post.
Yeah, and the policemen were also very, very hospitable. They said, 2-3 din ruk jao jail mein, reh jao idhar. But...
Varun almost took up the offer.
But it was a lot of fun because my character gets... okay, I shouldn't say that right now, but...
आप लोग पूरी कहानी बता दो.
बता दो तुम.
Okay, so earlier, I think late last year, somewhere around Diwali, social media had your pictures of shopping together in Singapore, right? So question number 1, who paid the bills?
Me.
Really, Alia? And who took whom shopping? Where did you go shopping? And what did you shop for?
I think we took ourselves shopping.
You know who's the biggest shopaholic in this film is Shashank Khaitan.
Yes,
and I don't mind saying this. His wife will agree with me. He loves shopping.
He would go before shoot
shoes
to a mall.
Yeah, he knows. मतलब Recce के time पे he knew where every shop is. So one day on a day off, he's like, Varun, तेरे को shopping करनी आजा मेरे साथ. He took me walking. He took me everywhere. Then I went shopping once with Alia's sister also. I think with Shine. Shine had taken me shopping.
Yeah?
Because I'm doing up my house, so she had taken me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Shine's done up Alia's house also. I mean, she's
no, but that shot that we put up on before Diwali was actually a part of the shoot. So the shopping bags had nothing in it. But we were on the streets, and that's bringing me to my other point, which is we shot on Orchard Road a lot because that's a very, very hot spot in Singapore. All the shopping, all the malls, all the brands, all the shops, high street, fashion, everything. You get everything there. So of course that was very important for us to be there for our film.
You're getting into the role.
And now, this one is for all of you. So we're talking about you shooting in Singapore and the stuff you've done on set. Now let's talk about post-pack-up. What happened post-pack-up? And Singapore is known for its amazing nightlife. So I'm sure you had some great encounters, some fun stuff that happened. Shashank, do you recall of something?
You know, we did have a good time, but we were on a very tight schedule in that sense. Every day we would have like really early mornings and stuff. But we happened to actually shoot at Clarky's, where there's so many nightclubs and stuff, and that was really fun. They have a couple of Bollywood nightclubs.
Absolutely.
They have posters of Kareena Kapoor put up over there and a couple of other actors. So it was really fascinating to be over there.
Unfortunately, the actors have to go to sleep early to look good. But my team had a great time. We were out partying pretty much every night.
And what was that one Bollywood club they used to constantly go
Mazika.
to? Mazika?
Maziga.
नहीं, Mazika नहीं था, कुछ और था.
Aki used to go there.
No. And Maziga, right?
Mazika? The Bollywood club is Mazika?
Yeah. So we really partied there a lot. We also had a week in between when we were free because of some shoots these guys were doing. So we decided to just party it out. So we had a good time.
Wow.
No, but the best part of the trip was Universal Studios.
Oh yeah.
I am sure. Tell me about it, Alia. Come on.
That was amazing.
My
It was
first
just
time.
amazing.
So that was the best part because I've never been to Universal Studios before. We did.
I've been. You've been? I've been before.
And we sat on the roller coaster twice, one after another. And first, after seeing the first time, me and Video being like heroes. हाँ, हम तो कर सकते हैं. Don't worry, we can go against Shashank and all. And we're like, don't worry, it's a thing. It's so like that. It's fine. We went. We sat the second time. And after that, I couldn't. I was like, I'm going to the room.
You know, when you're doing a shot like that, there are a lot of other people over there. And if you're playing the
Right.
hero of the film, especially, then you have to behave like, you know, I'm not scared of roller coasters. I can do all this. And I was a little scared because I haven't sat on so many roller coasters. And Alia's behaved very enthused in the beginning. Let's go, let's go.
My first time.
Then I think after the first 2 times, even she went to a room and laid down after that.
Okay.
But in Universal, the time we had, which was amazing, was the Transformers ride. We have done that ride at least 4 or 5 times because it's
Transformers
it
ride
is
is
the
something
ride that
if
you have to go for.
If you go to Singapore, you got to check out the Transformers ride. It's outstanding.
It was insane.
Fantastic. So that's for all of us watching. Transformers, it is. And I think I'm now going to request Mr. Jagdish and Mr. Sridhar to please join us on stage. I think you're a very imperative part of this conversation here. Can we have another mic, please? So, Mr. Sridhar, you are the best person for me to ask this question, actually, which is, tell us Singapore's love for Bollywood stars and Bollywood movies.
Singapore's love for
Bollywood movies.
No, I
Yes.
think movies have a great way of communicating the message to the audiences. And what Varun and Alia as well as Shashank have been talking about is not only the destination itself in terms of the experiences, the infrastructure, but the people of Singapore give that kind of warmth that makes Bollywood stars, when they come there and do the movies, they come genuine in the screen, right? So you don't, it's not a put on, right? They really enjoy, they really have a party time, and that comes true. And that's why I think the Bollywood has been also very, very cooperative in sending out a very positive message about Singapore.
Also, I think more than anything, the tourism helps us in a way that they make it accommodating for us economically, even infrastructure-wise, so much that you feel like coming back. It's so easy to shoot. There are these terms we use in filmmaking, shooting friendly. Kya ye jagah shooting friendly hai? You know, that will people distract you from there? Will the law and order be a problem? Will the environment be a problem in any way? But I think Singapore is apt in that sense. The weather report is always bang on. अगर बारिश होती है, you come to know बारिश इधर से इतने time चलेगी और बंद भी यही time को होगी. So we were all well prepared because of that.
Perfect. And Mr. Jagdish, I want to ask you your experience of shooting, you know, Alia shooting at the Silk Air Training Center. Can you tell us some stories or your memories?
I didn't go for the shoot, but you know, the facility on its own, it's really it's a sacred facility. We do not allow anybody to see what's happening behind the scenes. I think that's what we would see on screen as well coming up now. But as Alia mentioned, you know, it's tough to get into the role. We do see the crew playing out on board when we are there, but when you experience it, what goes behind the training and how do they take care of us on board, it's really fantastic and amazing to experience that.
If I could just add on two things about Shashank and Varun and Alia. So one, when I met Apurva and Shashank for the very first discussion, one of the key takeaways and why we try to cut short the 45 days or 50 days of processing time and really make it, and in Singapore we call it chong. Chong means really working very hard, was the passion with which you guys talked about the story and what Badri and Vaidehi's journey is going to be in the second half of the movie or in the way that Singapore is going to be portrayed. So that's one. So Apurva and Shashank. And the second part is about Varun and Alia. When we met them in Singapore for the final, after the conclusion of the movie, I think we were finishing it up and we had a dinner. Yeah. And they were very tired, right? It was a long shoot. You guys were very tired. But I liked the way that, and it was quite late in the night, but they were still very passionate about talking about Singapore. They did a sort of a spill about how it was. So I was very, very energized by the fact that both Apurva, Shashank, when we were talking about story, and Varun and Alia, when you guys were doing the shoot in Singapore, how you seem to convey the right positive energy that seems to be part of the story as well as the Singapore experiences.
You know, we haven't really emphasized enough about this, but a big part of the film is in Singapore, primarily the second half of the film. And
Yeah, just let it go.
we were standing next to a board called Singapore. I mean,
But
they've
we
just
mentioned
shot in
how much
Singapore,
ever
They know
he
we've
will
not
be-
gone to Las
But
Vegas.
don't now, it's okay.
Just give them the conflict point.
Mike Lelo.
Alia is on that poster. I still feel that's you.
Well, I'm at this point going to request Mr. Pura Mehta to join us on stage as well, sir, if you may please. Fantastic. Welcome.
Thank you guys. We just do one with Jagdish and us in the center. Please, please, take the mics away, guys.
Sure. So we're going to do the photo op a little later. Yes, yes, for sure. Yes. But now that I have Mr. Purva with me on stage, sir, I want to ask you that when you heard the script and, before the film even got into making, what made you narrow down on Singapore? What made you give that go-ahead and said, yes, this is the place?
I think Singapore, if you see the story, you'll probably understand much more, but I don't want to reveal the plot line. But essentially, Singapore is really an amazing example of a land of immigrants where people have come and really made their life. And I think that's what it stands for, essentially, that people from all across the world have come there and made it their own, and it's a prospering country and probably recognized as one of the best places to live in. So I think it kind of encapsulates all the values that we want to portray in our film for Vedhi as a character. So I think once you see the film, you really get the connection very well.
Hi,
hello, sir.
Hi, Alia. सिंगापुर के बारे में तो कई सवाल मोहतरमा ने पूछ डाला है, I think. लेकिन आपसे जानना चाहेंगे कि ये जो वीडियो आपने अभी देखा, इसके विषय में क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप दोनों?
जस्ट बहुत स्पेशल है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है ये देख के कि जब एक हिंदी गाना किसी दूसरे देश में बजता है तो लोग कैसे रिएक्ट करते हैं, कैसा प्यार देते हैं. और दिस ट्रूली शोज दैट एशिया जो है वो एक है. वी आर ऑल टुगेदर इन दिस. एंड सिंगापुर ऑनेस्टली हैज बीन अ होम. हम लोग का जो रिश्ता है, इसके पहले आई डिडंट थिंक ऑफ सिंगापुर सो क्लोजली लाइक आई डिड. जब मैं वहाँ पे गया, टाइम स्पेंड किया, तो यू शुड नो कि हमारे हिंदी फिल्मों का कितना बड़ा इन्फ्लुएंस है वहाँ पे. और सिर्फ इंडियंस ही नहीं या एशियंस ही नहीं, बट इनफैक्ट पीपल ऑफ डिफरेंट कल्चर्स वो भी हिंदी म्यूजिक एंजॉय करते, हिंदी फिल्में एंजॉय करते. उनके थिएटर में हमारे फिल्म लगते हैं, काफ़ी स्क्रीन्स मिलते हैं हमको. एंड ट्रूली बहुत ही हॉस्पिटेबल जगह है. और वन थिंग विच आई फील वेरी प्राउड ऑफ, दैट देयर आर सो मेनी इंडियंस ओवर देयर, पीपल ऑफ इंडियन ओरिजिन हु आर डूइंग सो वेल इन सिंगापुर, एंड सिंगापुर ट्रीट्स देम सो वेल. और वो बाकी देशों में नहीं होता है, बट सिंगापुर डज दैट, सो दैट सेज अ लॉट अबाउट देम.
आलिया?
No, I think I'm very touched. I think वरुण ने सब कुछ कह दिया है. बहुत ही sweet है. Also कुछ हमें पता नहीं था. But when you see them actually lip singing और हमारे जो फिल्म के steps कर रहे थे और डांस कर रहे थे, it's so cute. You just feel like you feel very special और अपना सा लगता है. So that's lovely.
आज ऑस्कर अवार्ड्स भी थे और सुबह सुबह एक goof up भी हुआ बहुत बड़ा कि लाला लैंड को बोला गया, देन मूनलाइट.
आई थिंक कि मैं और आलिया गलत लोग हैं goof ups के बारे में बात करने के लिए.
हाँ.
तो क्योंकि कार्ड किसी और के पास होता है, आप जाते हैं और अवार्ड लेकर के चले जाते हैं, तो क्या आने ये कोई अलार्मिंग है आप मतलब किसी भी इंडस्ट्री के लिए?
आई फील इट्स ह्यूमन ऑनेस्टली. इफ यू मेक अ मिस्टेक, अगर कोई गलती करता है तो ये यही दिखाता है कि वो एक इंसान है, रोबोट नहीं है. क्योंकि खाली मशीन डजंट मेक मिस्टेक्स, कभी कभी मशीन्स भी मेक मिस्टेक्स. सो इट्स टोटली ओके, इट्स ह्यूमन, बट it's totally okay. Yeah.
As far as the mistake was rectified and the deserving person got the award, that's more important.
आलिया, आप भी कुछ कहना चाहेंगी?
Alia?
Mr. Sridhar. Yeah. I have a question for you, Mr. Sridhar. It's on. Yeah. From 1.1 million visitors to so many Bollywood movies, what is actually the USP for Singapore that is attracting so many visitors?
I think Shashank should answer this why did we go to Singapore as a place?
As I've already mentioned that the Singapore was a very important character in the film. I wanted, when I'm from Nasik, a small town. When you talk about Singapore, it immediately, when we used to mention it, it was a city where you could go and fulfill your dreams. It had an aspirational value to it. So that's something which I've kind of retained from there and said that even today when you mention Singapore, कि मैं Singapore जा रहा हूँ, you kind of have an aspirational quality to it in terms of that someone's going there to make a future, someone's going there to kind of go and learn something and maybe, have a better life. So that's the thought I kind of took into my script, and that's the reason I chose Singapore.
And Mr. Sridhar, your take on that?
My take. I think I'll offer two reasons. One, Singapore offers a concentration of experiences. Within Singapore, you can do your beach shots, you have got beautiful infrastructure, dining, gardens. I mean, we are a city in a garden. So the concentration of locations, concentration of experiences that you can put on film, and Singapore looks good on camera. I mean, one of the things that Shashank was talking to us about when we were ideating about the movie, he said Singapore's cityscape will look very good in the movie. And when I saw the movie's shots, it does look very good. So number one, concentration of experiences. I think number two is the ease, convenience, and warmth of the place. I think when Alia, Varun all did the shoot, they could feel the warmth of the people, right? There were a lot of people involved in the shoot. It was a 20-odd day of shoot. So Singaporeans make the filmmakers feel very comfortable, although there are processes and all, but the processes are for a purpose, but the warmth of the people. So the second thing is about the ease, convenience, and the warmth of the people that makes shoot very good in Singapore.
You know, even the local crew over there was of so many mixed ethnicities over there, and all of them really went out there and gave it their best. So I think that was really important.
Hi, Alia, Varun, over here.
Hello.
Singapore has been always a dream destination for we Indians, actually. You know, when was the very first time you all visited? Any memories you would like to share?
First time I visited Singapore?
Yeah.
For me, it has to be Universal Studios, but I went there when I was 16 or 17, so obviously I was very excited to go to Universal Studios, sit on all the rides, buy all the merchandise. तो हम लोग 3 दिन के ट्रिप के लिए गए थे, and I was just like, I want to go to Universal Studios, I want to go to Universal Studios, and out of 3 days, 2 days I spent in Universal Studios. Actually, I have a very interesting question for Apurva. Apurva, is this the second Dharma movie shot? Which was the first Dharma movie that we shot in Singapore?
Singapore, Dear Zindagi.
Dear Zindagi, not before that anyone?
No, not before that.
Okay. So y'all are, as a company, even y'all are repeating
Yes.
Singapore
Yes,
again and
absolutely.
again.
No, it's been a great experience in Singapore, and we really look forward to going back there again.
Alia, what did you take back from the trip in Singapore? Like the
When was
key
the first
thing.
time you visited, actually?
The first time I went as for a very short while. But I remember going to this Marina Bay Sands hotel, and that is supposed to be known very famously for its infinity pool, if I'm not mistaken, on top. तो वो मैंने बहुत सुना था कि वहाँ जाना चाहिए. मैं गई, and it was lovely.
Basically, पहली बार इतना मजा नहीं आया. सेकंड टाइम जब हम लोग साथ में थे तो बहुत मजा आया उसको ये क्रू में.
Correct.
बोल सकते हो कि हमारा क्रू और कूल था. बोल दो.
मैं ये नहीं कह सकती.
क्यों? गुफा हो जाएगा?
हाँ.
Varun
ऑलरेडी एक गोफअप हो चुका है आज.
या वरुण एंड आलिया, वी बीन ऑलवेज सीइंग लाइक आप लोग जब भी साथ में होते बहुत नोक-झोंक होती है, आप उनकी काफी खिंचाई करते हो, तो आर यू रियली लाइक दैट ऑन द सेट?
मेरी टांग खिंचाई करती है.
Are you really like that? Yeah.
नहीं, ये हम लोग बाहर रिहर्स करते हैं.
हाँ.
कि
ये आज अंदर जाके नोक झोंक करेंगे. No. We are.
They have
really
been like that since the first day.
We are
I met
enjoying
them.
a lot. We are enjoying a lot.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
Nice, yeah.
नहीं we are like that only. हम बहुत नोक झोंक करते हैं, and we are very always fighting. और मतलब वो होता है. नहीं मतलब वो fighting, but वो तो हमेशा चालू है ना. Not the angry fighting.
गुफा हो जाएगा.
Now this is the new thing for today. कुछ मत करो, गुफा हो जाएगा.
Hello. Hi, Varun.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I wanted to ask you that you're teaming up with Shujit Sarkar soon, and you know he also spoke about the project. So, what are your thoughts on that? How excited are you to be working with him?
Honestly, this is something we're doing for Badri and Singapore, so I don't think it's the right place. But I'll just confirm the news if that I am
He's
teaming
going
up
to
with
request him
Sujit
to shoot
Sarkar.
the film in Singapore.
Okay, I think we have time for 1 or 2 more questions max. All right, can we have a mic reach this person, please?
या हेलो
Alright.
वरुण जी.
हाँ जी सर, कैसे हो पाजी?
बस मज़े में. पिछली बार हमने ट्रेलर लॉन्च में आप दोनों का डांस देखा. आज स्क्रीन पे और स्टेज पे दोनों जगह मिस किया. सेकेंडली, ये जो गाना है बहुत अच्छा गाना है. इसके पीछे क्या वजह है जो ऑलरेडी गाना आ चुका है, हिट हो चुका है, उसको फिल्म में लिया गया? आपका रिएक्शन?
एक्चुअली इसका ये बहुत सही जवाब आपने पूछा है. हम लोग ने गाना सिर्फ इफेक्ट के लिए नहीं डाला है, क्योंकि अगर आप कोई भी क्लब में जाओ तो आप देखेंगे जब नौजवान लोगों के लिए कोई पुराना हिंदी गीत बजता है कोई भी क्लब में तो बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं, बहुत नाचते हैं. एंड एनी येस्टरयर हिट प्लेस. सो हम लोग ने वी क्रिएटेड द इन्वायरमेंट की जब हम लोग सिंगापुर में एक बॉलीवुड नाइट के लिए पार्टी करने जाते हैं कहीं ना कहीं, तो ये जब हमारा गाना बजता है, इंडिया का गाना, और तमा तमा एक बहुत ही पॉपुलर गाना है हमारे देश में ही नहीं बट मतलब एवरीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड, इट प्लेज ऑल ओवर. एंड इनफैक्ट सिंगापुर में भी काफ़ी फेमस है, आप मानोगे नहीं, बट वहाँ के क्लब्स में भी तम्मा तम्मा काफ़ी बचता है. So when this plays, how would characters like Badri and Vedi react to it when they are away from their home?